Hello, Benidorm News. I am Martin, the owner of the Museo del Motor, and here we are to show you our new museum since the 1st of April 2023 here in Finestrat next to Benidorm. So our collection is a private collection, and we have cars starting from the 1920s, a good example of which is this Citroën 5CV, which was named or known as a chicken's arse because of its yellow color and also because of its back, which ends like a chicken's arse. With these two Austin 7s, we like to show our visitors how you would find a car in a barn today and how would you see the car once it's restored and it's in driving condition, as this one is. This one obviously is not drivable anymore. Many of the cars in our collection come from Netherlands because in Netherlands you can find many cars that come from the United States or that are restored there and sold to private parties like us. This is a Spanish classic, the Seat 600, which was licensed by Fiat, so really an Italian license. And this car was very typical in Benidorm because everyone, all family, would come inside the car with grandma, with the dog, with the towels, with the sunshade, with everything to Benidorm for the holidays for a week or two. So all over Spain you could see these cars on the roads. The car that we're now going to see is one of only two ever made. This was a company settled in the Balearic Islands, and basically what they did is convert a Citroën 2CV into this van, of which, as I said, they only did two. They also had other models of which they produced more, but this one in particular was a prototype, so it's a very exclusive unit really, and it's year 1983, so really it's not that old. Here we have a Cadillac 75 from 1962, which was a present from the American government to Franco, together with another two identical cars. And basically, well, this is a 3-ton car, 6.5 meters. It was a limousine. This limousine was in Cartagena, so south from here. And they would take it out when Franco came to the area, and obviously they had to drive him around in the limousine. This was a gift when Franco agreed to open the Spanish military bases from the Americans, which we have in Rota and a few more all over Spain, in the 60s. As part of that agreement is this car, and it was sold by the government in 1978. Following Franco's death, they got rid of most of the cars and sold them to private parties, so this is why this one has a registration plate of 1978, which is when the government sold them to private collections. In in this room we have on exhibition different unique cars, let's call them, and the most important in the room, and actually the most important car in the museum, is this Aston Martin Lagonda red car that you see here, of which 645 were made, but only 5 of them had the sports kit, the Tickford sports kit that you can see in this car, with the BBS wheels and the sports kit on that make the car lower. This is the first car in history that had a digital panel. Remember that this car was designed in 1976, and actually this one was built in 1981, but the panel, the speed indicator and all that is all digital, and all the buttons are tactile. And this is a Citroën Rosalie from 1934, which is an important car in our collection because really this museum started after a very big crisis in the hospital of myself, in the ICU for a month during COVID. So to have a car like this in the museum was important for me. I like to tell everyone that the coffin is empty, don't worry. And this is, of course, one of the DeLoreans that we have at the museum, which we all remember because of the movie Back to the Future. Unfortunately, this one will not take us back to the 50s or 60s or 80s, but it's an interesting unit, and also we have a screen explaining the story of these interesting cars and how they were so famous. We can also see Herbie, which was the first car that played a role in a movie. We have this police car, which is actually not a movie car. This is a real police car from California, from the Highway Patrol. And of course the A-Team van, which is a replica, this one that we have here, but it actually drives and runs, so we can use it, and perhaps one day you see the A-Team around Benidorm.
I love it when a plane comes together. Nou, dit is wel leuk. Een Pontiac uit 82 van de Knight Rider. Eens kijken of Kit het ook nog doet.
I'll put myself in whisper mode now.
Volg je ons al op Facebook? Ga naar facebook.com/Benidorm Nieuws en volg het nieuws over Benidorm.